Hey guys, it's your girl Grace here. It's been a while, I've been busy writing exams. I hope you all are doing well. If you're new here, I'm Grace Udogo, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to my channel. So let's dive into today's topic. Like you already know, we're talking about how to apply for your student visa for international students. So after getting your acceptance letter from the university of your choice, it's now time to make your payment of school fees or move in to Cyprus. How do you go about it? So when you get your acceptance letter from your institution here in Cyprus, they are going to tell you how to go about the visa. Now, Cyprus visa usually take 28 days to 1 month to process, but due to the COVID restrictions, sometimes it may take up to 2 months. I have a friend that had to wait till 2 months, while some more than to get into Cyprus. So it may serve you well to start your applications on time and submit your documents on time so you can actually get here early. So now the documents that you need to apply for your visa as follows. Now, you don't apply for the visa yourself. The school apply for your visa for you. All you have to do is to get a required document and send it down, make the payment for your visa application, and it will be processed for you. Now, the documents that you would need for this, these were the documents that the University of Nicosia requested from me during my time. I remember I was in Nigeria at the time when I got my admission, so I had to process these documents in Nigeria. It may be slightly different for Africans or international students that are not in Africa. So the first document I was asked to provide was an original attested copy of my passport. Now your passport must have 2 years validity. It must be valid for 2 years as at the time of application. Anything less than that, you may need to renew your passport to continue with your visa application. Now, original attested copy of high school leaving certificates, then original attested copy of bachelor degree certificates and transcripts for those that are coming for their second or third degree here. Now, original attested police clearance certificates with 6 months validity as at the time of application of applying for this visa. Then the next document you're going to need is original attested bank letter verifying that your sponsor has sufficient funds to cover for your tuition fee and living expenses while studying at your university. Now, if you are the one sponsoring yourself, you would not need a sponsorship letter. You would just get your letter from your bank showing your proof of fund for your fees and your living expenses. It has to have 6 months validity. Original attested bank statement, yes, your bank statement with a minimum amount of your first year tuition fee in that bank statement. Now, original attested sponsorship letter stating your relationship with the sponsor. You get it, your sponsor writes a letter for you or goes to the court to get an affidavit saying that, oh, this person is my sibling, this person is my relative, or whatsoever connection you have. So that letter will have to be attested, the original one. Original attested blood test result for HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B and C with a 4-month validity. Original attested chest X-ray reports for tuberculosis. It has to have 4 months validity. Now the validity period commences when that document was attested. Now, when you get all these documents attested, the next thing you will have to do is you will now take all these attested documents, the originals. Some of them are original, some of them are just copies. Now, the original, you will take them, the academic ones, you take them to the Ministry of Education in your country. Why? The medical document, as the HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B and C, tuberculosis, chest X-ray and all of that, you'll take it to the Ministry of Health to get it attested. your bank statement, you take it to a public notary to be attested. Then you take your passport to the immigration's office. So now when all this document is complete, I would always advise just scan all of them, compress it, send it as a mail to your admissions officer to verify that you did everything correctly and that it's within the validity period before sending it down to Cyprus. Whether you're using courier service or DHL, anyone you want to use, you have to send it to Cyprus after they've certified that it is okay. So you don't have to send more than once, thereby delaying your visa application. Now, when you've sent it down, make sure that you always check up with the school if they've gotten it, monitor it so that you'll be attended to on time. When it gets to the school, then you make your payment for your visa application. When I did mine, it was 86 euros for the visa application. When you make the payment, the school will send it to the migrations department. So within that 28 days to whatsoever, sometimes it might take up to a month, 2 months, dependent on the volume they have at that time. When you get it, they won't issue your visa. What you get is your entry permit. Now, when you get your entry permit, if you're an African that's not in Africa, you can use your entry permit to come into Cyprus. But if you're an African that resides in Africa, you will need a special permit because Africa is considered as a red zone or a gray zone. As at the time of my application, it may change. So I needed a special permit. You will need a special permit. The special permit has another set of application. I'm going to do a video on that. Then when you get your special permit, you will now apply for your flight pass. The special permit takes up to 4 days to 1 week or even more than, depending on the volume that they have at that time. But the safe pass is within 48 hours. I did mine and got mine in less than 24 hours. So you do the safe pass the day you want to travel. I mean, you need it to travel. So 24 hours or 48 hours before travel, you get it done. I did mine around 5 a.m. the day I was to travel, and it came out. I think it's an automated system, so you don't, once you put everything and it's correct, it just accepts it, and then you go print or take the soft copy and travel down to Cyprus. So guys, this is what you need to get your visa. I mean, entry permit, special permit, safe pass. So guys, one last thing. When you finally gotten your entry permit, special permit, safe pass, and you're preparing to travel down to Cyprus, for Nigerians, you have to take your passport down to Apapa, where they have the Cyprus embassy. They will now put a stamp on your passport. They put a stamp on your passport that you will show to them at the airport. Without that stamp, you are not traveling. For those with only entry permit, I mean Africans or others that are not in Africa, they may not need that stamp. With their entry permit alone, they can get into Cyprus. But due to the peculiarity of Nigerians and Africans, they require that Cyprus stamp on your passport to show that, and it's going to show when you're entering. And remember, your entry permit expires, so you need to get into Cyprus before it expires. You'll see it on your entry permit and also on your passport. Now you're required to get into Cyprus with nothing less than 2,000 euros. So make sure you come with your euros, because they do check at the airports. They may not check you, but most times they check. Even at Lanaka airport, they will check to see if you have enough funds. So when you're coming to Cyprus, make sure that you stick to this. And remember, it is always better for you to pay your school fees after getting your acceptance letter, especially when your visa is taking time to come out. For University of Nicosia, you have to pay 5,000 euros before you will even be given the stamp on your passport. If you don't pay it, the school will withhold it. You have to pay that 5,000 euros before you come down. So for a country like Nigeria, whereby you want to pay your school fees, it takes from 3 days to 1 week for it to get to the school account. So it's better you pay your 5,000 euros or even more than that if you can afford more than that at the time of when you get your visa. It's better you pay when you get your acceptance later than when you get your visa, to stop that time lag of having to wait for 1 extra week to get into Cyprus when lectures have already started. But if lectures have not started and you know that, oh, you can wait and all of that, you can pay it after you get your visa. The school will always withhold that visa, or it will not be sent down to Apapa for Nigerians until you have made your payments. So in recap, you'll need to attest your academic documents, you need to attest your health documents, you need to attest your bank statements, bank letter, and then you need to attest your police reports and also your passport. So when you've done all of this, the school will notify you when your entry permit is ready. So with that, you can pack your bags and get to stay in Cyprus. So guys, this is it. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this. If you have any suggestions, any clearance you need, you can always drop it on the comment section. I hope this helps you as you plan to come to Cyprus. Thank you very much for your time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and comment where you deem fit. Cheers. Bye.